Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
What is up? What is good, everybody? It's draft time. Draft time.
Yes, sir.
Hidden gems, ladies
sir.
and gentlemen. I got the two-rock squad. I got Legit. I got Pills. We're gonna draft some people tonight. Legit. How you feeling tonight, man?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. Super excited to see what the last couple of weeks what everybody has worked on in the last couple of weeks. Super excited to see what these GMs have been working on. So, I can't wait to hear who the first overall pick is and hope that person leads his team and does everything that's expected of him. So I'm definitely excited to see what this season will bring.
Pills, what you thinking?
I'll say the same thing what Legit said. Once again, I appreciate you guys for allowing me to be the special guest tonight for the draft. I'm excited to see who could be the first pick tonight. And who might win this season in Hidden Gems, I'm excited.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what here. We got starting up, and you'll see down on the bottom, we got a little ticker going here. That's giving you at least the draft order. And let's talk, before we get the draft started, let's talk a little bit about the draft slots that have already been claimed by GMs, AGMs. You'll see down on the ticker down here if a draft slot's already been claimed because of a GM player. Legit, you want to talk a little bit about that, how that situation worked?
Yeah. So GMs had an opportunity to either, play as a GM or pick up an AGM and have the AGM play for their team. And how it worked is based off, the player's potential, based off what the player has done throughout their 2K career, that determined the pick that they would be in the draft. So as you see, we're gonna have some AGMs are first round picks, and GM said, I believe that this AGM's first round talent, and I'm okay with losing my first round pick for this player. And some GMs, were able to sneak away and get a third round AGM who is like that diamond in the rough, or that sleeper AGM that can still put in the work, but was able to get them in the third round. So it's definitely exciting to see what GMs picked, what the GMs did, and what players that they went with.
Got a bird.
So I think,
yeah.
Yeah.
Pills, you got a bird? You keeping a bird back there, man?
You said what?
I said you keeping a bird back over there? I keep hearing like a bird.
Oh, that's not mine.
Is that mine?
That's not mine. No.
Right
It's
here.
not mine.
Well, I'm getting you guys set up here in just a second. Pills, tell me a little bit about your thoughts here. Who are the big players we should be talking about? I mean, you got Gliz in there, and Antoine's claimed already. But tell me a little bit about some of the big players that we should be seeing going here at the top of the draft.
So yes, we do got Glizzy here. We know he's most likely the best prospect on the draft board in Hidden Gems. There's a lot of good players in this draft pool I was looking at earlier. So there's a lot of talent that we know that people seen before, and there's a lot of like hidden gems that's out there. That's looking to get the spotlight in this league that never got a process to get into other leagues like Pro-Am leagues. So this is their opportunity to find a team, hopefully.
We got the
Hidden
whole squads
gems.
right here. Go ahead, Legit. So we got the whole squad here. I'm just getting things a couple set up here. You guys keep rocking and rolling for a second. I'll let you know when we have that first pick in here.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to figure out what these GMs did. As you know, we've been posting on Twitter. Some of these GMs have been making moves. So, as you know, the Royalty traded their first pick, so they're not picking number one in this draft. And I want to see how the Royalty traded their pick with Rage. So instead of picking first, Royalty is picking, I believe, in the eighth spot. So I'm excited to see how that works out for them, and excited to see, if trading down really will work out for them, or if trading down kind of messed up I guess knowing that they would lose their first pick, they took a chance and said, you know what, I'm gonna trade down, and I'm gonna see how this works out for me. So I'm excited to see what Royalty and Rage have in store for us in this draft. Pill, any of these GMs? You're looking forward to seeing what they have to do?
Well, we got a lot of compound GMs in here. We got Dayfire, we got Dimes. I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see some of the returning GMs that's coming back. Um, but I'm really excited to see what really Dayfire and Dimes what they can do. As those two are the two people that's in the 2K league themselves. See what talent they have. That hopefully they can find the hidden talents that we didn't know about when they draft tonight.
Just getting a couple of things figured out. Sorry, guys, having one little technical thing here to get our drafts announcement here. We got the Rage on the clock. GM Perry is the man. He is obviously the guy who's always he's in charge of the Rage here. What he traded up? Tell me a little bit more about that trade he made. He traded up for the first pick. It was a big trade, right? Big Face got a big haul for that number 1 pick. Tell me a little bit about what that was about. Jay, you remember that trade?
Yeah, sorry about that. So Perry traded up. So Perry's got the first overall pick, and I think that was a big, move for him. He went first, and then he also ended up trading into the last pick in the second round. So he got that pick. Then Royalty will have their first pick. Will have the first pick in the third round. Rage will have the last pick in the fourth round. And then, so it's kind of like, and in my opinion, the trade works for Royalty more than it does for Rage, where Rage, gets the first overall pick, but then you kind of get the back of the stick of now they always in the back end of the draft. And Royalty now gets, the 8th pick, so they pick a little bit later. Which in turn works for them because they kind of get that like back-to-back kind of swing where it's not really back-to-back, but it kind of works out as a swing. So I definitely think that this helps out Big Face as a GM, and I think he made a money move there.
I like it. Sorry, guys, my whole draft thing just kind of crashed on me. So that's why I'm waiting on either. Do you want to announce the picks and I'll pick up the graphics in a bit, or do you want me to fix all this right now? You guys hear me?
Yeah, we can move. We can move on.
All right, we'll just keep doing this. We'll do it with this graphic. I'll make this work for you guys. Sorry, we've had a little bit of a technical thing, but we're gonna get it figured out here. So, all right, everybody. So, first pick, surprise, surprise. First pick of the draft is who is it? Pills, you want to announce it?
The first pick, it is Glizzy.
Glizzy, of course. Surprise, surprise, Glizzy. Going to the Rage. Why don't you pop him on in there on that? Pop Gliz on in there on the Perry spot there, Pills. There you go. We got Gliz right in there. Here, we'll do it like this for a second.
Yeah, I think, hopefully this pick works out. Gliz has went number 1 in several draft leagues before, so this isn't something that's new to him. He definitely has some big shoes to fill with this number 1 pick, but if anything that I know, Gliz is going to go out there and he's going to score the ball. So with Gliz, you get somebody that's going to score the ball. Perry obviously thought that he needed somebody that could put the ball in the hoop and didn't think he was going to be able to get that in the later rounds. So he traded up, and this is his number 1 overall pick. So shout out to Rage and good luck to them this season.
All right, nice job, guys. Okay, what we're doing, I think we're just gonna keep moving around. It's a graphic thing that just kind of took a big problem for me, but I'm gonna figure it out. We're gonna do the graphics down here on the ticker. Let's just keep on going here. Second pick here, the Gunners with our GBM Dimes. It's Gunners. He's already got himself there playing center here. The Gunners today are going for range. They're going for your boy, legit, your draft boy. Your draft king, going for range in the second round. I like it. Second pick in the overall draft.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think?
Yeah, man, that was a great pick. I definitely think that he would have went 2 or 3. So I think Dimes did a great job of snagging a lock. It's always great to have a lock there. It's always important to have a lock that can stop some of these guards. With Dimes playing center, he went and got somebody that he can trust and get some stops for him on defense. Range, but not only is Range a great defender, but he's also a guy that's going to shoot the ball very well. So he's not your typical lock where you put him in the corner. Range could play up top. He could be a sharp lock. You guys can run 2 power forwards with him. He could play in the corner in the traditional lineup. So I definitely think that Dimes went and got himself a great pick with the second overall pick. So shout out to Dimes and the Gunners. I think we're gonna see some good stuff from them this season.
I like it. Sir. I like it. All right, we are gonna keep on going here. I'm just updating the ticker down below here. All right. So we are going down here. We got Gliz in the first spot there. We've got Range now, number 2. Number 3 pick overall, going to the Mud Dogs. Mud Dogs run by Dayfry there. Dayfry got Pringleman at the hash. Gets himself one of the top PGs in this pool, I think. Flex and Ty going 3rd overall to Dayfry and the Mud Dogs. What do you think about that back?
Yeah.
Flex and Ty and Pringleman.
So real quick, there was a little start switcheroo. Sorry, Luce, we gotta update you. I should have probably updated you. Pringleman is actually in the draft and is available to be drafted. He dropped out as an AGM. Dayfry decided that he was going to take himself at power forward. So now we have Flexen and Dayfry at the power forward position.
So Dayfry going here.
So Dayfry is going to play as a GM. He's going to be the starting power forward, and then he brought in Flexen. And I think this is a power move. You got somebody who's fresh off of a WR Select ring, somebody that could score the ball, somebody that not only can score but make reads. So I definitely think this pick by Dayfry was a great pick. He arguably got one of the best guards in this draft pool. So I definitely think he did a great job with this pick.
Flexen's solid. Flexen had a pretty good draft league run last year. I know post-draft select, I had eyes on him a lot. He played really well, and he's gotten better. He's definitely gotten better. One of the more improved guards throughout the sort of post-draft to pre-draft here as we've gotten into the year. So yeah, definitely excited about that pick. Flexen and Dayfry, that's a pretty good 1-2 punch there to start. So let's see here next year. Legit, why don't you announce the next pick here for the Nemesis here at number 4, 4th overall. They've already got their Gabak and Grizz. Who we got coming in here?
Yeah. 4th overall, Nemesis went and got themselves Jaden 2KL. So I think that's a great pick. Obviously, Jaden is one of the top hashers. He played in the 2K league. Definitely somebody who's going to bring in some expertise, some knowledge of the game. One of those game changers at the hash. I believe in this league he could play the 1 or the 2. So I'm not sure what they were thinking with that, but I definitely think they brought in somebody that they know can score the ball, bring in some leadership, not only on the offense end but on the defensive end as well. So definitely a great snag by Shebe and the Nemesis, and they got their lock already. So maybe. I would love to see where they're going with this. Is Jaden going to play more of the 1 or the 2, or is he going to be one of those combo guards, even though he's playing the 2, also be able to play a little bit of on ball as well? So super exciting, great pick. So shout out to Nemesis with that pick.
Absolutely. Pills, what do you think?
I love the pick. Jaden's one of the best 2 guards in the draft. For him to go play with this team, I think he's gonna lead this team to the promised land. He's one of the him and Glizzy, I'll say, are probably like the 2 most efficient shooters in this league. So I'm excited.
We got the Diplomats up next. The Diplomats here. I've got the wrong thing up here. Let me get that out of the way here. The Diplomats have themselves. There we go. Who's up next on the Diplomats? The Diplomats. Who's this? Keegan. Keegan?
Yes, sir.
Keegan, the center.
Keegan.
Oh man.
Yes, sir.
Uh-oh.
What do you guys think about
So
that?
that was definitely, man. Keegan's a great center. Definitely a top center in here. Great pick. I just don't know if this was a reach, what I would call a reach pick. Not that Keegan isn't great. I definitely know Keegan is a great player, but you got yourself a lock or a hash. You got yourself a hash and Bruce Wayne, also known as Psy. and then you went Keegan. So I'm interested in seeing who their point guard is and what point guard they find or what they build around this. Is this going to be a defensive oriented team, or is this something where they're just saying best available is Keegan, we're going to go with him? Definitely like the pick. But I'm just interested in seeing where they go with this. I don't know if it's a stretch pick or they jumped, but definitely a great player. I just don't know about the pick yet.
Mhm.
I think sometimes when we're putting these teams together, how much is, especially in this first round and you're projecting out your squad, how much is just getting the best talent at the top, and how much is fit and building a squad that is going to get the job done for you? I mean, legit, you're always building teams to build together. I mean, are you always like, are you best player available no matter what? Or are you thinking fit and who's going to, the players you're going to be able to get later on down the road?
Yeah, honestly, it depends. So, I think sometimes it could be best available if you're looking to make a move in the season, like a trade or something. But if you don't have any trade available, I think it's important to look at certain positions. I don't know if I would go center as a first pick, but I would definitely think about like a lock or a guard as my first pick. So it really depends. Sometimes you do go best available. Is Keegan best available? I think he is a great pick. I think when forming a team, you want to look at your point guard and your lock. Or I don't know
Mhm.
if I would look at a center first, because your lock could always work with a center, and your point guard could always communicate to them. I think point guard and lock are our two biggest positions that you want to focus on.
It's possible that that's why you always have a lot more draft league success than I do, because I almost always go for the center first. Because I like the center first, because I think the center is the guy who can impact. I mean, unless I'm like at the top and there's like a star point guard, but like I believe the center is the one position that really impacts both offense and defense on every play. They're in the PNR
Hmm.
on both sides. A great center can be the foundation of your team. So it's funny, but of course you've got like a bunch of trophies on your mantle, and I got one finals runner up in there. So maybe I should start thinking about it. I'm gonna start looking at the locks more.
Yeah.
I like it.
I
I
mean,
like
I
it.
mean, if you there's a couple centers there that are definitely game changers, so I can definitely agree with that.
Yeah, for sure. All right, up next we've got the Montana Stealth. And the Montana Stealth, let me get myself back here. Let's get back to that screen. Who we got, Pills? Who the Montana Stealth select?
Ooh, the Montana Stealth. They have taken Guapo.
Guapo
The
playing
pick.
power forward. One of the big brand names in these draft leagues. Definitely a first round pick. Always in the first round somewhere in these things. Guapo, is he as impactful at the power forward position as he is in the center position? What do you think?
Uh, I'll go. Yeah, I I'm pretty sure. I would say it's too early for a powerful position pick here. Even with the talent with Guapo, I don't know if he'll be switching to center sometimes into the game, some games, or just staying at power forward only. Um, he's one of the best talents in this league, but at the same time, like if he's just playing power forward, I would say it is too early to pick a power forward this early into the draft. While there's other best available prospects here in the draft.
What do you think,
Yeah.
legit?
Um. Hey, I just said the same thing about Keegan, but again, some people might say this is the best available pick. AJ's Guapo is known to go early in almost every draft league that he's been in. So this isn't a stunning pick. When I seen it, I wasn't stunned. So this is a great pick. But at the same time, AJ can play some PNR, so he could play power forwards are known to play the PNR now. But my question always when you draft something that's not a lock or a point guard is either who's going to score the ball, who's going to get you some stops. You play really well in the PNR, but I'm definitely excited to see what they pair up with AJ. So I don't want to call it too early because they might have some great players around them, and it might turn out to be one of those things where this wasn't a leap and it was a great pick. So I'm definitely excited to see what they add around the stuff.
Absolutely. All right, moving right along. Alaska, the Arctic Chill, GM Easy Money. So it looks like maybe just you want to explain this one because I see it was another AGM. Was this a late AGM ad here, legit?
Yeah. So we actually had a dropout in GMs midway through. So Easy Money is a known GM around many draft leagues, makes great runs. He always usually makes a finals appearance. So Easy decided to step in and take the role as GM of the Arctic Chill. And he decided to go with Titan XXL as his AGM. So it was a late add-on, but I think this was a great choice to be an AGM. You secure your point guard. You lose your first pick, but you secure your point guard and make sure nobody drafts him. So great pick. Easy always pulls a smart one, a fast one. So I think he pulled another fast one here, and I'm excited to see where else he goes in this draft.
Absolutely, yeah. No, big time success at the Dallas UPA event in post draft, and he's a solid player. Combo guard, can play the point guard. Great if you end up with another point guard late and you want to work a double ball handler. He's a phenomenal cash. Really solid player. Easy definitely knows how to put teams together. GM of Zero Gaming, having a nice pre-draft run there. Over on there. So, speaking of Zero Gaming, another AGM that was retained, or was basically the draft slot was granted to them. Big Face and the Royalty getting Bag Motion. Bag Motion, the AGM of Royalty, going to be the lead lock there. For Big Face as he steps into the GM chair. Lots of talk. Big Face had the number 1 overall pick, and Bag Motion was going to cost him the number 1 overall pick, which was a bit of a. Last time we were sitting here, we were talking about that, but he was able to work a deal. Bag Motion he gets for the 8th overall, which seems maybe a little bit more in play there. What do you think about 2 locks already off the board? 3 locks really when you count the AGMs off the board here at the top. Legit starting to go your way, man. Build from the defense out.
Yeah, I definitely like this AGM pick of Bag. It was, a little tough that he ended up with the first overall pick, and he had a choice to make. And he was on the stream when he found out he was the first pick, and knew that he was going to take Bag at number 1. And I think he did a great job. He tricked the GM into switching picks with him, and if I'm a GM and I know that. Late in the game, I think I would have probably moved on it as well. But at the same time, you also want to think about, that person stuck with, a lock at number 1. Still, I think if I'm looking at this draft pool and I'm looking at this lock list, I would like to have a Bag Motion as my lock. So I think that this was a great pick. Trading down helps him because going back up, he's right there. His pick is coming right back up. So I'm excited to see who his number 1 pick is. Yeah, not his number 1, but who his guard or center or hash, whatever he decides to go with next. I'm excited to see who he partners up with.
I always feel like in these draft leagues, the difference between the good locks, like the top 2 or 3 locks that are either going for the league or really high level comp lock players, and the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th lock, that's the position that has the biggest difference. And if you end up with, one of those scenarios where you're, maybe not having, the best lock, then you've really got to build your whole defense around either double power forwards or everybody's rotating all over the place because you just don't have the guy that can stop the on ball. So yeah, securing your top lock is key to any success in these draft leagues, I think, without question. Sure. So Bag Motion coming in there at number 8th overall for Big Face and the Royalty. Moving on to number 9, Honolulu, going to get a little tan there. Tsunami Preem is your GM, and a point guard Latin coming in there, going to be moving just dead west, kind of going over to Honolulu there. I hope he likes lava flows and all the good Honolulu because he's going to be having a good old time there with the Tsunami and Preem. I'm going to keep moving on here. We're going to keep the pace. So the Huntsmen, the last pick in the first round, also an AGM that was assigned here. Really top comp point guard who I always like to watch play, Antoine Love. That's a pretty good 10th pick. That's pretty darn good if you're doing good there, Flacco. I think it's really interesting. Kind of, I like what you did here, legit, with this. You've shaken it up a little bit. You've added these, like, if you have an AGM and he's really good, it costs you your first pick. But if that's 8, 9, 10, and you're getting Bag Motion at 8, you're getting comp players like Antoine at 10. I mean, that's great. That's huge.
Mm-hmm.
That's really interesting. Made this league really interesting. I'm excited to see how this all shakes out. That is our first round. So congratulations, everybody made a first round pick here. We're gonna move right along here. What do you think so far? So we've got some interesting rosters here. Some of these rosters, I mean, Flex and Ty and Dayfry, I mean, that's a pretty good one too right there. Range Dimes is gonna be super solid. Of course, you've got Gliz and Coach coming down there. So let's go on and move on to round 2 here. So Flacco coming right back around on the Huntsman, gets the first pick in the Serpentine draft in round 2. Gets himself a power forward, Baby Virgil going over to Flacco.
Yeah.
Now, is he going?
Tell
me about that pick a little bit legit.
I'll tell you right now, man. The Huntsmen are a team that you want to watch out for this season. The Antoine Love and Baby Virgil combo, that's going to be a solid combo. Baby Virgil not only can play power forward, but he can play the center, so he can play
Mhm.
either or position. He was drafted at power forward. He'll probably play the PNR. He'll probably play some PNR on defense. If he decides to play center, he can play the PNR at center too. Um, Baby Virgil's a solid pick. You team him up with a guard like Antoine.
Hmm.
I think Huntsmen have put themselves in a position where, looking at the draft right now and not knowing what's next, I like where Huntsmen are going.
It's really interesting, just kind
I
of
agree.
looking at this draft, and Pills will get to you in just a second here. We 10 teams, 10 round, 10 draft picks in the first round. Obviously, some of these assigned already due to AGMs, but only 4 point guards gone.
Yeah,
That's really interesting for a draft league. I mean, there's you got Flex and Ty, Jaden, Latin, and Antoine. That's it. All
yeah,
the other point guards are out there. And I mean Gliz. I mean, if Gliz listed as a shooting guard, I mean he's kind of your lead guard. Obviously, he's going to be attacking there too. So really interesting here. Got lots of guys going outside the box here, not necessarily getting that lead guard first, trying to build the team, build the defense first. Really interesting. We shall see. Moving on, Preem back around, grabbed himself Latin, the point guard here in the first round. He is going. Let me get Tsunami here. Is there a trade?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. There was a trade. Milwaukee Nemesis is up on the clock, and the Nemesis selected Jaytoven, shooting guard, dominant shooting guard there. What do you think about that there, Pils?
Um,
Find him here.
it's conflicting, you got a good two guard in Jaden, and now you just picked up another two guard in Jaytoven. The question is who's gonna be running PG on that team? Is it gonna be Jaden or is it gonna be Jaytoven? So it it's a good pickup, but at the same time, it's like who's gonna be running that PG position for that team for the Nemesis?
Yeah, especially against like the really good defensive teams. Who's going to be breaking down bag motion? Who's going to be
yeah.
breaking down range?
Mhm.
That's you
What?
got to have somebody who can do that. Two really phenomenal
Right.
combo guards, but one of them's got to take the lead.
What I will say with this, you got that kind of like that keep away mindset. So some teams go double power forward, and if you're playing keep away, you got the point guard up top, guarding defense. Point guard might have a couple defensive badges. You can attack that point guard with the double guard mindset. So I definitely like what they did here. I'm excited to see what else they put around there. I know they got their lock at Grizz as their AGM. So now you got your point guard, shooting guard, and lock. I'm excited to see what's next at power forward and center.
Moving right along, next pick up is Brooklyn. Big face. He landed himself bag motion. As we talked about, this is his first pick. He nabs himself a really, really strong point guard here. X-Rally G, going to big face, going to Brooklyn. X-Rally G is another one of these point guards that's gotten a lot better from last season to this season, continues to play. I had him on the Nightmare season 6 in Select and absolutely loved watching him play. Relly leading your offense and bag motion leading your defense. Big face is sitting pretty good right now. What do you think?
Yeah. Go ahead, Pill. Go ahead, Pill.
No, you can go ahead, legit. Go ahead.
Relly's definitely gonna score that ball. I play with Relly on organized crime, so I've seen Relly in action. Relly's gonna score. He's definitely gonna put the ball in the hoop. So partnering him with a lock like bag motion right now, I think that this is a team that you want to watch out for. Relly and bag, that's definitely gonna be a good squad. Not a lot of people know who Relly G is, and that's great. But if you look at last season WR Select, he was a big scorer. And if you look at the organized crime, and you might want to go through those screenshots because Relly is a scorer. So you're gonna say Relly who, and I guess some of y'all are gonna find out who Relly is this season.
I'm going to tell you that Relly is really, really good. Really, really good. I think the only reason Relly isn't more well known in this community is Relly sometimes has some work things where he's not necessarily available like every night, all the time. So he's not in the, but when he is available and he's playing, he's on squad. He's really strong player. Really excited for what Big Face is building over there in Brooklyn. Next up, the Diplomats here. OT Graf, he's got Bruce Wayne. He picked himself his center already. Keegan, he going himself. Another pretty popular player on these circuits. Oh my God, it's Buddha. Oh my God, it's Buddha, and guess where he's going? It's going to be so Buddha's going to be playing power forward there at Harlem. So they've got they're building this almost backwards there in Harlem. I mean, you've got your center, you've got your hash, now you got your power forward. I mean, no point guard, no lock, and we're in the second round. You've already assigned your AGM. What's going on there? What do you think, Legit? Pills, what do you think? You like this idea? Get the point guard last? Point guard last strategy? Maybe? I don't know.
It's a great pick. You got your front court locked in with Keegan and Buddha. I'm excited to see. I'm curious to see what Reap goes with for the guard position. Hopefully I think he sees something in the later rounds to go get his PG, whoever he gets later on. But I like this pick with Buddha and Keegan. I think it's gonna be a great front court duo.
Yeah, I mean, I'll never knock picking Buddha. I'm a big Buddha fan. I think Buddha's a really underrated player. The way he communicates, the way he leads, an extremely really good defensive player is Buddha, and I think that's really good. Give me 2 seconds here. We're gonna switch up this real quick. We're gonna give. All right. So now we're moving on here. Legit needed to take a half a break there for a second, so we got him off. Got the two of us here, Bills. We are looking now. So let's see. Next up, Coach Nate there with the stealth. So Coach Nate got himself Guapo in the first round, and now he's got himself Pringleman at the hash. Another dynamic combo guard. Guy can score. And with Guapo, I mean, you've also got some flexibility there. I mean, Guapo, as we said, can play power forward, definitely play center, probably play a mixture of both. Maybe they have him guard the PNR on defense and play the corner offense. We'll see how that works and everything. And Pringleman, another guy, you can move him around a little bit. Dynamite, smart player, and definitely a good pick for Coach Nate in the second round. Coming up right after that, easy money. Got himself Jaden XXL in the first round. Stays with the guards and gets himself Brian PR, the shooting guard, another hash for him. So now he's got himself an offensive dynamo in the backcourt to get himself started. So we're starting to see how these offenses are gonna be great. You've got Jaden and Brian over at the Arctic Chill. You've got the combo guard of Jay Tovin and Jaden 2XL over there in Milwaukee. You got Flex and Ty and Dave Fry. We know Dave Fry is power forward, but he might show up and play some hash. He might play a game at center. He's obviously can play anywhere on the court. So you're starting to see some of the way these offenses, but I think this, and then of course go over to Flacco. He's got Antoine and Baby Virgil there. So you're building out some serious offenses. Do you see a team that's already looking like a defensive juggernaut yet? Like a team that's really going to be able to stop some of these yet? What do you see?
I would say it'd probably be it's tough to say right now. I would say it probably have to be the Gunners with Range and Dimes, and then the Diplomats with Buddha and Keegan.
Yeah, I was gonna say Dimes shot there. I mean, it'd be interesting to see. I mean, we'll see what Brooklyn lands himself a center. Bag motion, definitely another big lockout there. So there's definitely some interesting rosters coming together here. Let's keep going.
Yes, sir.
All right, Tsunami is up next here. Back to Hawaii. Over here, Preem's got himself Latin.
This one is a assistant GM.
This is assistant GM. So this is SVO. He's playing center. Another assistant CM assigned. So we'll keep on moving. The Mud Dogs. So the Mud Dogs get Day Fry. This is where all of these were assigned, and the Gunners get Dat Boy Dimes. Okay, so we're just keep on plowing through. Get ourselves over to our friend and your friend Perry, the last pick in the second round. Gets himself a sharp lock in LaShawn. That's a good pick. What do you think about LaShawn, Pills?
I like LaShawn. He's versatile. He can play on your hash, and he can play your lock position in a good way. He's one of the best. If he plays lock, he's one of the best locks out there with back motion. So yeah, and he's a good hash. So I'm excited to see him and Glizzy on as a duo up there. I'm excited.
Yeah.
With Coach Shoots.
Yeah, I mean, you've got. I sort of like the thought there. You've got Glizzy. I mean, LaShawn's a so strong offensive player. He's definitely,
Hmm.
he's going to bury the shots that hit him. He can get you some buckets if when you need. Um, but you got to think you got Glizzy. The offensive side of things should be kind of taken care of. I mean,
Hmm.
your offense is going to run through Glizzy. You're going to he's going to do his thing, and you're probably going to be pretty good. So, getting LaShawn, working with Coach J2K there, or Coach Juice at the center position, now you've got Glizzy plus your whole defensive combo locked up. I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
you've got not, if you get yourself a couple power forwards, you've got yourself a squad there. So definitely like what Perry's doing over there. Moving on to round three. Back over to the royalty, back over to our guy Big Face here with Relly and
Hmm.
Bag Motion. He gets himself Goat Me, the
Ooh,
center, another strong center. That's a good combination to add to
that's a
that.
good
Goat
pick.
Me, that's a good pick there.
I like that pick.
Yeah,
I
I
like
like
that
that
pick.
pick too. Relly and I mean, that's sort of now you've got Relly and Goat Me running some pick and roll. He'll probably find himself some hash. Somebody can hit some shots for him. You've got a Bag Motion and Goat Me kind of combo there on the defensive side, stopping the pick and roll going the other way. Big Face is doing pretty good in his first big
Yeah.
sit up here in the GM chair.
Really nobody really knew about Goat Me until these last couple draft leagues he's been in, and he like dominated at the center position, and he was so underrated. So I'm excited to see how he's utilized with that pick and roll back motion and hidden gems. And hey, you
Yeah,
never know.
I think
Def-
Gomi's go
definitely a great
go ahead,
pick.
legit. Yeah, I think Gomi's one of those guys
Definitely a great pick.
why I like draft leagues
Hmm.
because like you see him play and you're like I hadn't really heard of him before. You watch him in some combines, you start seeing some of these screenshots go down, and you're like, let me go watch the game. And you're like, oh, okay, this guy can play. Hadn't seen it before.
Yeah,
Comes in, this is what draft leagues to me are about in our community is like allowing
yeah,
people to really step up and see where make their mark, and then if they're really good, people are gonna see you. The league guys are gonna see you. All the other big pro am teams are gonna see you, and you're gonna be able to get and grow.
Hmm.
yeah. And I think definitely coming off of his success in WR Select, I'm excited to see how that transitions into hidden gems. You partner him with a point guard like Relly G. Goat Me is one of those centers that when he does get the ball on the slip, he's looking to mash, but he also, he throws. I joke with him all the time and tell him he don't know how to make a read.
Yeah.
But sometimes, there's been multiple times that I've seen him make a nice read. So one of those centers that not many people know, but definitely did a great job for us in WR Select. He gets played with a point guard and Relly G, a great lock and bag motion. So I'm definitely excited to see how what Goatme has to offer this season.
And Relly's a point guard who's gonna throw that slip. He's not, he's gonna get you some assists. He's gonna spread the ball around. So you need a center who's gonna be able to mash it and either make that read or get the points when he gets the ball. So definitely see what's going. He gets a nice balance so far going to this league. I think you're gonna have a really good league this year. Lots of good teams being built here. As we start seeing this going on. So that's the beginning of round three. Royalty select Go Me. Moving on, we're going to the Huntsmen here. Let me find them. Flacco. Yes, this is another squad we've already been excited to see building here. Antoine and Baby Virgil going up
Hmm.
here. They add themselves a very solid hash in refined going to San Francisco Huntsmen to join. He'll probably get some open shots sort of off the hash from Antoine. What do you think about that pick, legit?
Say that the Refine and Antoine, that's a nice little combo. Refine is definitely one of those sharps that can score the ball. And you partner him with somebody like Antoine who's already going to score. I think Refine's job is to kind of help out on those doubles. You got to make yourself available. You got to show now. The pressure's on Refine right now. You went
Hmm.
Antoine, you went Virgil, and now you're saying that Refine's going to be that guy that's going to bring the pressure and take the pressure off of my point guard when red is being sent, when doubles are being, they said Refine's that guy. He's going to be the one to help score the ball. He's going to relieve this pressure. So I'm definitely excited to see what Refine has to offer, and step into something where this could be a really good team. And if Refine brings what I think he'll bring to the team, that just another great add-on.
Yeah, I mean, when you've got Antoine, and if you're trying to beat that team, you're probably walking in a game plan being like, we got to try to take him out of the game. We're going to make somebody else beat us. And that's almost always that opposite hash. And yeah, that puts the pressure on, right? Like that guy's, you're going to send multiple players at one guy. The guy's got to hit the open shots when they come his way, or he's got to be able to make a play. He's got to be able to do it. So good spot for him, Refined. That's definitely another squad that feels like it's bubbling up to the top half as we see these rosters build themselves. Antoine, Refined, Baby Virgil's definitely a pretty solid 3. Moving right along, the Mud Dogs over here. Scrolling back on over here. That's the Mud Dogs over here. That's our guy, Day Fry. Cincinnati crew. And so Flex and Ty, Day Fries, he's playing the power forward position there. At least that's where he is listed. He gets himself a center. Tellum Lou going to play center for the Mud Dogs. Tellum Lou, a versatile player, has played pretty much 2 through 5, and honestly, can play, which is exactly probably what this squad needs, because Dayfry can pretty much play 1 through 5. So depending on how they load up in any given scenario or whatever the matchup or the game plan is, you've got yourself a complementary, versatile player who maybe he's going to play center in one game, maybe he's going to sit in the corner, maybe he's going to even go play some lock. I like that pick for Dayfry a lot.
And what I'll say about this pick is, Dave Fry, as we all know, is one of those players that he's going to talk to during the game. He's going to let you know what's expected. If he doesn't like something, he's going to tell you he don't like it. Good thing is Tellum Lou played with Dave Fry last season, I believe, in WR Select, so he already knows that expectation. So I think Dave Fry is looking for players that he knows could take the heat when the heat is on them. So definitely excited to see how this transitions into Hidden Gems. Definitely excited to see how Flex and Dave Fry and Tellum Lou work out together.
Going to be plenty of offense already there. Tellum Lou is what I think I like about him, is he's a pretty smart defensive player. He thinks defense first, especially at that center position. So I feel like if you've got Flex and Ty, we'll see where Dave Fry puts himself on the offensive side of things to get themselves some buckets. But Tellum Lou there, anchoring in the middle there, anchoring the defense, I think is a good, definitely a good choice. So moving right along here, we've got ourselves. So that's Tellum Lou Tsunami. We're going to the Tsunami next. Let's see what they've got. Preem squad here with Latin and SVO. Adding themselves Presto Changeo also heading his way to Hawaii. In the power forward position there. Surprised I didn't see a lock there. I kind of feel like that would have been a lock to go there. But Presto solid. Definitely solid corner spot there. What do you think about that one, Pills?
It's a solid pick. I agree. They should have went lock here to add to Latin and SVO. But Presto is not a bad power forward. I like the pick. I can't wait. Hopefully they'll see something in a lock. Whatever is available going forward.
Absolutely. So I would say that if you feeling like you're going to get a 3rd, 4th, or 5th round lock, if you feel like you're not getting range or bag motion or one of the top locks in the league, collect power forwards. Like, at least have versatility and multiple waves of defense you can throw at the Glizzies of the world, at the Jadens of the world, at the Antoines of the world. So at least you've got. So that's a strategy. Maybe score some points and have a lot of power forwards and rotate and swing your butt off. I like it, Preem. All right, moving on. Arctic, Alaska. Easy Money jumps in here. I don't see JBS NAGZZ. Jabe. Anybody know Jabe's Nagaz?
JB Snags.
JB Snags. That makes a lot more sense. Gotta be honest with you. JB Snags is a lot better than my version. JB Snags, apologize. I thought I was clever and called myself Loose Change, and they can't even figure that out in the rack. So, but JB Snags is center. Easy knows centers. Easy's played center his whole life. He's a really, really high IQ player, becoming a high IQ GM. My guess, I don't know JB Snags, obviously, but my guess is if Easy's picking him in the 3rd round, he can hoop.
Yeah. Definitely solid center.
For sure.
Definitely.
The Stealth are up next. So if I'm reading this right, this is where Coach Nate's playing at lock.
Yes, sir.
And Coach Nate's playing at lock here. So Coach gets his 3rd round pick assigned to himself. So he gets to go walk up and announce his own name at the virtual podium that doesn't exist in our draft league. Good job, Coach Nate. Montana Stealth, you've got yourself Pringle. So, that's a pretty good roster that's starting to you still got to kind of ask yourself who's the lead horse on offense there at the point guard position, but Guapo, Coach Nate, and Pringleman is a solid 1-2-3 punch as well.
Yeah.
Right, Diplomats, Harlem, they've got themselves. So they've already got. Is this Bruce? Yeah. So this is where they're getting charged for Bruce Wayne. The Rage are getting charged here for Coach Juice. All these third round picks. These are all the GMs. These are all the rest of the GMs that are being charged here. So the Rage, Perry's getting Coach Juice 2K. He's playing center for him over here. He's in there. And then the Nemesis have got Grizz. Where did he go? He's right there. Okay, there you go. So we've got, all right, so everybody's got 3 slots. End of the third round. What's a roster that you're looking here right now and you're going, okay, they've had the best 1-2-3 punch right now?
That one's there's a good after the first 3 rounds. There's a few good teams, I would say.
Real quick, 3. I think the Mud Dogs look really good. The Mud Dogs look good.
Dave Fry flex.
You get Flex and Dave Fry. I think Dime's team looks really good so far. Then you got the Bag Motion and Royalty is another team. I think they're doing a really great job. So those 3 teams right now are teams that I want to see continue to do what they got to do.
I think those are the ones. I think I would probably also say Flacco with Antoine and Baby.
Yeah, I didn't think I had to really talk on that one yet. So,
but it's interesting because I mean, if you're a GM and we've all GM'd these leagues, your stars are gone now. I mean, there's 3 rounds. I mean, that's where there's still some great players out there, but the guys that we're all thinking about, the guys that we look at when we're like looking at the next squad, like who's playing. I mean, these are the guys that go in the top 3. Now it's about complementary. Now it's about finding the talent guys are going to come into your squad, make everybody better, be available, and play those roles beyond that. So if you don't have a couple of really exciting players on your roster by now, it starts to get pretty tight pretty quick. It looks like we missed one. There was a pick. I made a mistake there. The Gunners did have one final pick at the end of the third round. I was wondering why they only had 2 players in there. The Gunners are coming in here. Dimes picks Sir Greatness will be Dimes is point guard there, and that adds a nice offensive punch to a defensive start there with range at that point. Dimes. That's gonna be that's another good squad.
I was looking when I said Gunners, I was trying to see where the point guard went, so I had to go back and check too. Greatness has the most points scored in the combine, so
Oh wow. Yeah.
That PG he went 3rd round. Somebody who scored the most points in the combine, so. I think he has a chip on his shoulder now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you what, with range at lock, Dimes at center, you're going to be in a lot of your games. You're going to get the stops on the other side of things, so, if you can get buckets, you're going to be in a lot of your games. And, that's you can win in the 50s just as well as you can win in the 70s. But I like that pick a lot too. All right, now we're officially on to the 3rd round. We're going to kind of pick up the pace here a little bit here. Nemesis is up next. The Nemesis here. And they have selected a power forward, Joey. Joey is going to the Nemesis. So they're 4 still looking for a center there. I got a feeling he's got a sleeper center buried somewhere.
You forgot one more. You forgot a pick. Hold on. You forgot.
Oh, I got it. I totally did.
Yeah, the Gunners had back-to-back picks.
Gunners had back-to-back picks. That's my bad. Gunners selected. Get the cheese. Get the cheese as power forward's going to be with Greatness and range and Dimes there for the Gunners. Get the cheese at the top of the 4th round, the power forward position. And then we have Joey for the Nemesis. Did you get him in there for me? Where's my Nemesis here? There we go. Joey's in there at the power forward position. So that's looking good. Easy Money, he's up next. No, I'm sorry. Brooklyn's up next with Big Face. Brooklyn is up next with Big Face. Already got himself Relly. He's got Bag Motion. He's got Goat Me. Needs himself a hash. Gets himself a hash. Fades the Don. Heading himself to Brooklyn, and another nice add to that nice roster brewing there. Definitely, when we do our post-draft spaces, and Big Face will probably have a handful of words to say. He's going to be able to. I think he's going to be able to. We're going to be hearing a little bit from Big Face there today. This is a nice draft he's having there. Moving on here, Easy Money going at the Arctic. Started himself. He is looking for a power forward. He says, "Give me that. Give me that. Give me that at the power forward position for Easy." Easy's got himself a nice squad here. No lock yet. I wonder if he's got one. And Easy might be sitting there going like, "I want to make sure I have all the offensive positions." I'm not surprised he's going power forward here again.
Right.
You don't have somebody that's going to stop Glizzy one-on-one. It's going to be a team game, and it's going to be a rotate and slip game or a rotate and swing game. And so get yourself some power forwards who can play. So I think that's a good play. Moving right along, I'm just going to kind of keep growing here, guys.
Yeah.
The
Keep going.
stealth here. Coach Nate gets himself a center here. Gets himself DJ Lay.
DJ Lay.
Lay going to stealth. I like it.
It's a nice pick.
that
It's
pick.
definitely a nice pick.
like
You
that
bring in
pick.
somebody with some experience, and 2K League player, play for the Celtics gaming. You got somebody coming in with some experience at that center position. Could definitely rally the troops. You got AJ and Lay. AJ will probably be playing some PNR defense with Lay swinging out the corner. You got yeah. So and it's definitely gonna be some good stuff going on out there in Montana. So I'm definitely excited to see that team.
I like the
I like that
squads
pick.
when you're not going to have. Sorry, Pills, I'll get to you in just a second. I like the squads that are. These are team players. All four of these guys know how to play as a team, have experience, communicate well. If you're not going to have a star point guard, surround who's got to carry that load with really supportive players, guys who are going to be in the right spot, who are going to get open, are going to hit the shots when they're there, are going to make the reads right. Four high IQ players going to Montana. Be interesting to see who gets to drive that Ferrari. At the time when he picks up the point guard there. Like what he's doing. Pills, what are you thinking?
I like that pick. I love that pick for the stealth. They got a good squad so far. With Pringleman, and then Nate Paint's lock, and then now you solidified your front court with Lay and AJ. So I'm excited. Um, like,
I like it.
there's a lot of good talent in this draft pool, and there's not one team you can say right now is like the favorites. I would say so far in the 4 rounds going in, all GMs have drafted good so far.
Yeah. I totally agree with that. I think that there's a couple of sleeper guards here. I was looking at the roster a little bit. There's a couple of sleeper guards that have not coming off the back, and I wonder if maybe Coach Nate, the Diplomats, they haven't really landed a point guard yet. There's still a couple of names in here that and it'd be interesting to see who Perry grabs. He's got Gliz. Gliz technically is a shooting guard, but he's still going to need maybe a secondary complimentary ball handler there. There are a couple of good offensive names. That would be surprised some folks that are still sitting there. So keep on moving here. So let's see. We just did Stealth, did DJ Lay. Over to the Diplomats in Harlem. Harlem is getting Drowsy. Drowsy is the point guard position going to Harlem. Play with Bruce Wayne and Buddha and Keegan. Like that pick. Drowsy, one of those guys I think that...
I really like that pick.
Yeah.
I like that pick. If they get some stops, like I think they will, Drowsy's one of those guards that plays in a lot of draft leagues, not known in the bigger draft leagues, which is fine. I think people got to get out of that. I don't know this person. He doesn't play in WR. He doesn't play here. He doesn't play there. I think we got to get out of that mindset, and that's a habit, and habits take a while to break. But I think Drowsy will show some people if Keegan and Buddha can buy in. And buy into what they got cooking over there in Harlem, I think Drowsy will be able to score the ball, especially with players that's going to play some great defense behind them.
Yep, absolutely. Moving right along, going to the Tsunami, back to Hawaii. Honolulu Preem squad here. Latin, Presto, and SVO getting themselves a shooting guard. They're getting Mape. Mape there, going to be play some hash. Another versatile player, another guy who can play. He's on his way to Hawaii. So at least, especially since this is the winter draft league, I feel like all the Hawaii players just immediately win the draft.
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to get like some Southern California teams legit. Like I'm out here in LA and I got nothing. You got like 6 teams in New York. You got Brooklyn and Harlem and Queens and the Upper East Side. Can I get a Cali team? Come on.
I promise I had nothing to do with these New York teams, man.
Yeah, for sure.
But we will definitely talk to some ownership and see if we get some relocation to LA. How about that?
I'll just say that's good. Moving on here. So that was Mape there for the Tsunami. Going back to the Mud Dogs. Dave Fry filling up his spot here. He's got Splash at the shooting guard position. There's another hash. that can play there. Another versatile player. Good, Day Fry again. I think you hit the nail on the head. I mean, Day Fry, two-time champion, knows this game back and forth, expects a lot out of the players that play with him, expects you to learn quickly if you don't know what you're doing. He communicates in a very direct way, which is a very healthy way, but it is direct, and you do have to have some thick skin to be able to play with him. And he's put together a squad of guys who I think are going to be able to do that.
I agree.
Moving on from the Huntsmen. Huntsmen San Flacco squad. Antoine's going to get himself a lock to play with. Overtime, Zay going in there at that lock position there for Flacco. Another good add to that team.
Another unknown player. This kid, I actually familiar with him. He plays a lot of my team. Excited to see what he brings to the pro-am area. He played a lot of combine games. Definitely, played a lot of combine games. Try to get ready for the league this season. Excited to see what he can do. Another player that you put in with some tough shoes to fill. You give him Antoine Love. You give him Refine. You give him Baby Virgil, someone new to the pro-am scene. But if he does it right and he keeps his head up and his ears open, he'll learn a lot from these guys. Definitely excited to see what Zay brings to the table. Excited to see him be a part of a good team too.
Yeah, I think that's cool because, imagine, he's a guy who's been playing my team, hasn't been doing a lot of pro-am. This is coming on the scene, and then he's going to basically have to get stops for Antoine. That's what makes Draft League super cool. Is he's going to get a chance to show himself. People are going to watch Antoine play. He's going to be like, "Who's the lock? Play with him." Really cool. Excited to see what you can do, Zay. You got yourself. You're in a good spot there. Flip it over to the back of the round here at the end of the fourth round. Back over to our boy Perry. Perry at the Kansas City Rage. He gets himself a power forward. Body bag 2K going to Kansas City. Going to play with Rage. Going to play with Perry. Going to play with Gliz. That's a good squad too. That squad's going to be really, with Coach Juice there, with Gliz, you're going to have a really good, intelligent squad. They're going to have game plans. They're going to be breaking down film. They're going to see where these teams' weaknesses are, which I think is big in draft leagues because, every now and then you do have, maybe a weakness, maybe a player, maybe there's a power forward or somebody who's a little, coming off the bench, who's not quite as experienced as some of the players, and you can attack at those places. So Coach Juice, really, really smart player. Gliz, obviously, very, very talented. LaShawn there as well. Gonna be a good squad. KC. Yep, another balanced squad here.
I agree.
That is the end of the fourth round. Moving right along here, going back over to Brooklyn. First pick of the fifth round. First team to fill out its whole five. Big face with Relly, with Fades, Bag. He's got Scope Me. He's going with Save Reap at the power forward position. He is going to be the fifth member of the Brooklyn Royalty. That's a 5. That's a good 5. Relly, Fades, Bag, Save Reap, Go Me.
It's a decent, solid team over there in Brooklyn.
Yep. Absolutely. Moving right along, the Huntsmen there with Flacco, Antoine's squad. They get themselves another hash here. Ill Prospect. He's got himself some extra letters in his handle, Ill Prospect there, but he is going to put him on the bench slot there. I guess he's slated as another. He's slated as a hash. Maybe he'll end up playing some corner there.
Interesting pick right there.
Yeah, definitely interesting. Coming right back around, the Mud Dogs over here with J-Dubs, the Mud Dogs. Day Fry picks J-Dubs. J-Dubs is a power forward there. So I wonder if he's picking J-Dubs. He doesn't necessarily have a traditional lock. Of course, Day Fry can play lock. Tell him Lou can play lock. Again, J-Dubs, versatile player. I usually think of him as a power forward. So
it looks like here they're gonna do what Tsunami is also doing, what Arctic Chill is also doing. They're gonna go sharp lock and double power forward.
Yeah.
Splash is a sharp lock. J-Dubs, tell them, and Day 5 power forward, tell them loose center. That might be what they're doing. Arctic Chill did that with Brian PR as shooting guard.
Mm-hmm.
He's a sharp lock, so it's definitely cool to see what they got going on with the sharp lock and double power forward lineups.
Yeah, definitely. All right. I like it. And then Day Fry, of course, he's a great sharp block. He can play center. Over under on how many games Dave Fry actually plays at power forward. I feel like he's going to end up sliding himself into, the center position there, or maybe even at the sharp block every now and then, depending on who's.
Well, he can't play center. He can't play center.
Is that
Yeah, he can't play center. That's the only position he can't play. If he was to play center, he would have had to draft himself in the first round.
Got it. That was all right. Well, that's good. That's a good clarification.
Smart
All right,
thing.
moving right along to the Nemesis. The Nemesis, where I passed him. There we are. The Nemesis getting their last player. The Nemesis are selecting Crispy Crawdad, who, by the way, fantastic name. Crispy Crawdad, a backup point guard here. Another guard here to go to the collecting a lot of guards there in Milwaukee. I don't know what the Cajun food is in Milwaukee, but Crispy Crawdad, maybe he can get some frozen and shipped in. But good for him. He gets himself drafted in the 5th round. Congratulations, Crispy Crawdad. You're going to Milwaukee, playing with J-Tovin, Jaden, Grizz, and Joey. Moving right along, the Diplomats in Harlem. Drowsy squad with Buddha, Keegan, and Bruce Wayne. The Diplomats are getting Pops. Pops is going to be playing the lock position at...
It's not a bad pick.
That's it. Yep. All right, I'm going to... Legit, any final words here? I know you got to skedaddle here. We're going to finish up the draft here so you can, go prep another victory celebration for one of your other draft league championships. But any final words here?
Yeah, no, great draft so far. Looking forward to seeing how these gems wrap things up. I have to, excited to see what's going on this season in Hidden Gems. Super excited. Thank you guys to all the players who stuck out with us, got those combine games in. The GMs put a lot of work into this. Thank you, Luce and Pill, for a lot of the work that you guys have put into this. Super excited to see, how this season ends up and what players, what teams end up on top, and if certain teams don't end up where we thought they would end up. So super excited to see the end of this draft. Thank you guys for having me, and looking forward to this season coming up.
Absolutely. All right, we're gonna kind of carry the mail here. Pills, just down to you and me, brother. We can do it.
Yes, it is.
We can do it. Let's get everybody. Let these guys know where they're going here. All right. So let's see. We were on the Nemesis. So we said Crispy Crawdad went to Milwaukee. Up after that, we're going to the Diplomats in Harlem. They got themselves Pops. Coach Nate. This was one of the things. The last point guard to be taken. You've got yourself Pringleman. You got yourself Guapo, DJ Lay. You got a really smart, high IQ squad, and you've got Wink at the point guard position, drafted in the 5th round to be able to drive that Ferrari of players there. That's going to be an interesting squad. That's definitely going to be an interesting squad because Wink can play, and you've got yourself, like I said, is Wink Lizzie? No, but you've got yourself a lot of support and a lot of good teammates to help get that. And, I mean, Wink a bucket.
Now we're in round 5. You're getting a lot of unknowns that nobody has played with. Like, you only seen them in the combines, but nobody besides that have seen them outside of that. So now if we're getting to that stage of round 5, we're going to see people that that's gonna want it, that's gonna want to fight to prove themselves now going forward. And with Wink joining Pringle and Nate and Grappa and DJ Lay, he's in a great opportunity now.
Yeah, and I feel like that's why in these draft leagues, like making sure that you're not just getting like 1 or 2 great players. You're not thinking about who is going to help who. These teams have to come together fast. They got to blend quick, and then they got to be competing for big games really quick. So you need chemistry, and you need players that are going to help each other out. That are players that are going to want to get on every night. And so I think that's sort of what Coach Nate's built here. He's built a good squad, a squad that's going to have good vibes and play smart. So we'll see what's going on next. All right, that's Coach Nate, Stealth with Wink. Let's see, the Arctic are up next. The Arctic take Reaper Cap-a-Lot, a power forward. I don't know Reaper, but I do like his handle. Reaper Cap-a-Lot. I assume he
It's another backup. It's a backup power forward.
Yeah.
We don't. Easy has not hit the lock yet. So
Brian might be playing hash lock. I think we're kind of looking at a hash lock and double power forward situation there. And if so, again, if you got bag motion and you got range and a couple other big time locks out there, and you don't get one of them, collect power forwards.
There we go.
Let's see here. What do you got next here? So Easy's got himself a squad. Rage KC going over to Kansas City here. We've got ourselves Nick Out the Ratchet. The Ratchet at power forward position. So presumably here, Gliz obviously kind of going to play the lead guard. He always is kind of considered a shooting guard, but he's as lead guard as anybody in the league right now. So probably what Gliz and LaShawn, everybody steps down one here.
I like how we're seeing a lot of teams as like drafting 2 power forwards in this league. There's quite a few.
Yeah. I think that's like I said. If you don't have a superstar lock, get yourself collect power forwards. I like it. Moving on next, we've got that was a raid. So Preem over here in Honolulu, Hawaii. Preem's getting himself Hoodie Mello going to Preem, going to Hawaii, power forward. Another one maybe going to play, maybe Hamabe's going to play hash lock. Guess we'll see how that goes. Some versatile players there. Preem knows what he's doing. Preem's going to put together a good squad for sure. And then actually it looks like there was a trade right after this. So we have a trade to announce in the middle of the draft here. So Preem and Tsunami traded their 5th round pick, Hoodie Mello, who they just drafted. They traded him to the Huntsmen for their pick, Prospect. So that might fit that flips that little, we had that little position spot here. So Hoodie Mello here is going into that power forward position for Flacco's squad, and then Prospect is able to kind of fill in that spot over on a Preem squad there in Honolulu there. So little trade, little swappage, little position evening it out. I like it. You can get Prospect over there, and we will keep on going. The Gunners are up next. And the Gunners. Time squad, range and get the cheese. Sir Greatness driving that train there. They get themselves another power forward, Adam B. Hoopin. Adam B. Hoopin is going to play. So range looking like hash lock, another double power forward situation here. Adam B. Hoopin gonna play that second corner position, and looks like they had the first pick of the 6th round as we flipped right around here, and they end up with Shooter's Music, also a power forward again. So now this is really smart because I say if you don't get one of the lead locks, collect power forwards. Well, Dimes has one of the lead locks in Rage, and he's still collecting power forwards.
It's a smart move, you know.
Good luck scoring on that team. That's gonna be it's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be a really that's sort of. I wish Legit was still here. I feel like building a squad in Legit's WR Select vision of just nobody scores against us. We'll win 30-20. Shooter Music going there, power forward position, going to Dimes, the Gunners. Going up next here, Tsunami going back to Preem, and the Tsunami. Get you back up here. Get you to the bench right here. Preem and the Tsunami select Hoop 43YT. So he's a lock. He's a small forward lock position there. So maybe Preem knows a little something. Another guy maybe just impressed him in the combine or something and says, hey, I'm going to save a spot for you and maybe put you in as my starting lock.
Yes, sir.
Royalties up next. Big Face getting his first bench player. A center. ESVA raised. Esva raised. Esva raised going to Brooklyn, playing for Big Face with Relly and Bag Motion. Goat Me. Good squad going there. Good squad going in there. Diplomats are up next. Harlem, you get yourself. Where are you? Pretty Gal Lauren, a lock going to Harlem. Pretty Gal Lauren, small forward going to Harlem.
Okay.
Going to Coach Nate's squad. Coach Nate, feel like he's building a squad off of IQ and vibes over here in Montana. Coach Nate, and BK got you. BK going. Good backup point guard. You know what? Just think we said Coach Nate, he waited to the 5th round for his point guard. He got himself Wink there. Comes back in the 6th round, gets BK got you. Basically, gets to say, hey, look, you guys, one of you two is going to be my starting point guard. Competition. Iron sharpens iron.
It's not a bad pickup at all.
Yeah, Coach Nate knows how to build a squad. I like it. Arctic going back over here. That's easy money squad. He gets G Harden. G Harden in the 6th round.
Wow.
Am I reading that right? I'm reading that right. Am I reading
Whew.
that right? G Harden went in the 6th round?
Oh man, that's crazy. I mean, I don't know. That's crazy. It's crazy that he fell this far.
Easy, yeah. Easy looks like, he definitely seems like he is building a double power forward situation here with Brian as the hash lock. All right, moving on here. So G Harden goes to Arctic, going back over here. The Nemesis here. The J Tovin and Jaden squad here. Nemesis get Big Baby Zay at center. Big Baby Zay going to the Nemesis.
Just trying to find his name. There we go, Nemesis. There we go.
Pilsify doing big time work on the spreadsheet here.
I know. I'm doing like both things.
You're doing it. I like it, man. Appreciate it. I had a lot more graphics built for this, and then they literally just all disappeared right as we went live. So we're improvising, but we're having fun. Big Baby Zay going to Milwaukee. Wait, no, am I reading that right? Yeah, I'm reading that right. Okay. Day Fry's up next. Day Fry, he's got himself work season as a small forward. Work season going to Day Fry.
Work season. I see it now. Work season.
I always see interesting handles like work season. I'm like, is that somebody? Is that Works? Is Works sliding in here under a different, Works sliding in here going to play lock? He's like, I'm changing my vibe for lock, or I don't know what's going on there. I don't know work season, but good for him. He's going to play for Day Fry. That's gonna be a really fun squad. Again, just a cool what draft leagues to me are all about. You can get drafted. You're gonna go play with a NBA 2K league champion. You're gonna go play with a bunch of guys who are gonna know how to play and teach you this game real quick. Moving right along. Huntsmen, back to the Huntsmen. These rosters are coming together, folks. You have a really good season this year. Really good season.
Solid teams.
Huntsmen get themselves another point guard. They get a backup point guard, Slimes. Slimes going to Flacco's squad there in San Francisco. Good job, Slimes. Congratulations. Kansas City's up next. Perry squad. Perry selects a lock. King Trey going in the 6th round. To Perry as a lock. That's the end of the 6th. We're flying right around here, folks. Rolling on to the 7th round. In Brooklyn, going back to Big Face lock. Money making Juan at power forward, going to Big Face in Brooklyn.
Okay. I like it.
Or is that Money making June? I can't tell. If I mispronounced that, I apologize. Lots of all sorts of words being flown at us here.
Yeah.
Money making June, money making Juan, money making JUN. You're a power forward. You're going to Brooklyn. Huntsmen are up next there. Back to Flacco's squad here. San Francisco, Antoine. Just picked himself up a backup point guard in Slimes. And now he's getting himself a backup lock in Luis Clamps. Luis Clamps going small forward, going to San Francisco.
Congrats to him.
Day Fry going back. Day Fry is up next for the Mud Dogs. This is his 7th round pick, and he selects Hubie Wags, shooting guard. Milwaukee Nemesis going up next. Where are you, Milwaukee? I can never find Milwaukee. It's like I go to Minnesota, and then I'm in Chicago, and I'm like, is there a city in between here? I can never find Milwaukee. Here's Milwaukee. And the Milwaukee Nemesis selected a power forward, CBG Too Nice. CBG Too Nice, power forward position. You are going to Milwaukee. Hope you have directions. Easy back for the Arctic. Easy back at the Arctic. His 7th round pick. Twin Starks, another power forward. Again, collecting the power forwards. Coach Nate for the Stealth. Coach Nate is got Cole World going to the Stealth with his 7th round pick. Congratulations, you, Cold World. Good job. Diplomats up next. Harlem Remember Frizz, point guard, going to Harlem. Point guard, Remember Frizz. Going to play behind Drowsy. Probably get some playing time around Drowsy. Got Buddha there. You're going to have a lot of fun on that squad. A lot of fun on that squad. Back over to Kansas City and our guy Perry. Perry picking himself a point guard. Purely goated, going to technically the first official point guard on the Rage, but with Glizzy there, I mean, like I said, but you do need, Glizzy may not be able, he may miss a game. You do need backups. You do need guys who can get you W's. Glizzy plays a lot. He plays in lots of leagues, and sometimes he might be like, hey, I can only get one draft league game in tonight. So you need a point guard who's gonna be able to handle the ball there. So Purely go to get an opportunity there. Moving on, Tsunami. Go back over to Preem squad here. And the Tsunami draft, TTV, Revamp J at the center position. Going to Tsunami. Back over to the Gunners. This is Dime Squad, right? Yeah, Dime Squad. Sir Greatness, Range, Dat Boy Dimes. Yeah, this is that defensive squad. Lots of power forwards. Power forwards coming from everywhere. And Dat Boy Dimes selects 818. Out here, Cali Boy. Out here, gonna play some point guard for Dimes. That's a good pick. That is good pick. You also check up his story a little bit. That guy used to, if that's the guy I believe it is, he used to play in the AFL. Christian Wise. He's been out here now. He's been working in our community. He's been banging these draft leagues a little bit. 818, Cali Boy. Good hooper. Can't wait. Hope he gets an opportunity here to play some with Dimes in this squad. Range. That's a good place to be. Moving on next. So that was the Gunners. So the Gunners get one more pick at the end of the 7th round here, and they select ADJ, center. That kind of rounds out their squad there.
Let's see.
Got him.
Trying to find it. Trying to find it. What was it again?
ADJ, AYEDJ. He's a center. Or DJ.
I see it now. Okay. Trying to find it on this other spreadsheet.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
I made this as complicated as I possibly could for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's my job.
Try to find it. It's not that easy.
There you go. Good job. There we go.
Go.
Gunners first squad to have their 8 built in here. And looking good. That's that Sir Greatness squad with Range, Dimes, bunch of power forwards. Nice bench they're building there. I like what they're doing there. Dimes definitely, I feel like, kind of coming out of this in the top half so far. Tsunami up next. Tsunami, that's Preem squad there, the Honolulu group. And they get Easy Swervin. Easy Swervin is their 8th round pick. He's going to Honolulu, play for Preem. He'll back up Mape. Wonder if he could play a little hash lock. They look like a hash lock squad. Although Hoop 4-3, maybe he can surprise a little bit there as a surprise lock.
Very easy serving. Tsunami. Cool beans. All right.
Swerving. Going to Honolulu. All right. Back over to Perry's group. The Rage. They got Dat Boy 241 filling out their bench. Versatile player. Can come in. I like it. Diplomats are up next. Harlem. Drowsy squad. Nino Chill, 007, power forward, going to the Diplomats. And let's see here. Arctic, Easy Money. I've got... Oh, no, they're missing that one. Okay, yeah. So here's their hash, finally. Story of Datwan. He's a hash, shooting guard. He's heading over to Alaska to play for Easy.
Oh, I think you missed one,
Did I miss
believe.
one? Did I miss?
Yes, sir. He did miss one with the stealth.
With the stealth? Let's see. I missed one, folks. Cold World?
Yep, you missed one with the stealth.
Where is he? Is it in here?
Yes, it's right before the Arctic.
It is not in my... I've got Easy Swervin', Dat Boy, Nino Chill, Story of Dat One.
Oh, that's strange.
So
I got it right here.
You got it? If you
So,
know it, announce it.
The pick is...
Pilsify, ladies and gentlemen. Going to announce ourselves a draft pick.
The pick is on
Go.
OJ center.
Okay, great. There we go. Yeah, I don't know why I'm sitting here staring at the chat here, and OJ Darrington. Okay, there you go. All right, so he's going to Nate and the Stealth, rounding out that squad. DJ Lay, Guapo, Pringleman. So then we got
And
the
then-
Arctic. They took Story of that one. We got that one in there. The Nemesis in Milwaukee. They've got one spot left. Bankroll, power forward center going to Milwaukee. Now we got a we got one more. Oh, there's the stealth pick. Okay. All right, so we got a couple more here. We've caught up with real time. So we've got a couple more picks here. Dayfry's got one more pick. Looks like Big Face has got one more pick. Flacco's got one more pick. Who's out here? Let's just take a look at the pool here. Anybody sitting here in the pool that's like...
Ooh. I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. Ooh.
These are always... I always go for when I'm in these leagues at these picks. I always go for vibes. I really want good people. I want people who want to play. I need somebody who's going to be available, maybe on short notice. If one of my starters calls out late, I'll definitely get you playing time when you are on my bench when I'm running one of these leagues. But I need people who are going to be like positive, positive energy in the chat, and who are going to do all that stuff. That's what I think is super important. Looks like we're waiting on the last couple of picks here as we go. A couple of reminders, folks, as the season starts, Hidden Gem season starts tomorrow. They are going to drop all the schedules in the morning. So you'll get your first matchups tomorrow morning, and your first games can go live immediately. So get with your squad tonight, get in the Discord, hook up with your GM, get in those group chats wherever they are. Make sure you know when and where you need to be, because these games get going and they get going fast. And we're just waiting on the last couple of picks here. Close off this draft season 3 of Hidden Gems. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I got it.
You got it?
I got the picks. Yep, I got the picks.
Pills is typing right now. This is drama. Brooklyn gets its last pick. Let's get back over here. Let's see what Brooklyn's looking like here. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. That's Dayfry, the Mud Dogs. Mud Dogs, their final pick. Nose Pains, backup point guard. Gonna be able to play, behind Flex and Ty. You're gonna get to learn from Dayfry. Tell him Lou. That's a good squad. Good spot to be. Nose Pains going to Cincinnati. Big Face with the Royalty and San Francisco with the Huntsmen are our last two picks there. So it looks like the Huntsman's picks in. The last 8th round pick for the Huntsmen. You Look Salty. Center. Going to the Huntsmen. Going to San Francisco. Round out that squad. Antoine, Refine, Overtime Say, Hoodie Mello, Baby Virgil.
There we go. I got it now.
You Look Salty. And Brooklyn gets the final pick of the season 3 Hidden Gems draft, rounding out their bench. Jonachicha, 06. You want to help me out, Pills? How do you want to pronounce that one? Jonachicha.
I can't even pronounce it. I'm not gonna try to butcher it.
Hold on, there may be a change here. Stand by. Could have a last second thing. Big Faces. Got some drama happening in the chat. Possible change here. Let's not call that the last pick just yet. One more pick to go, folks. The rosters are looking squad.
Hold on. Look.
Just try to figure out who this last pick is, folks. Big Face dotting his I's, crossing his T's. He's making sure that last pick is. Could have an admin situation.
So hold on.
Yeah.
So we got it. We got something. He made a last minute.
He made a last second swap.
Yep.
All right,
Last second
so
swap.
take that back.
With the last pick. With the
last pick in the draft. That's cash. That's cash. Going to Brooklyn to play with
And
Big Face.
he is a shooting guard.
He is a shooting guard. He likes to hoop. He likes to shoot the ball. That's cash. And that, folks, is your draft. You got yourself some really good league. Everybody take these draft leagues. Take them, have a lot of fun with them. Build squads. There's a lot of good competition that's about to happen here.
There's
a lot of newcomers, a lot of good squads. I don't really see a bad team. Every now and then you can see one. Pills, you and I have been in these drafts together where we're like, oh, what the heck that guy's doing. I don't see one here. I think
I can't think of one.
Yeah, I mean every squad here's got a reason to be like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. So really good group of GMs in this league, good group of players. We're gonna broadcast some games. We're gonna have some fun here over the next couple of weeks. Really hope you all try to do this draft as fast as we can. Get you guys out there and hooping. Hook up with your teams tonight. Your season starts tomorrow. And check in with the Discord. Be active. If you are a bench player, you didn't get drafted, it doesn't mean anything. One of the biggest things about these draft leagues is as soon as this draft's over, being drafted doesn't matter. Now it's about finding 5 that can win. So if you're a free agent, connect with people, be available. If you're on the bench and you want a starting job, prove to your guys, prove to your GM you deserve a starting spot. Bring good vibes, bring healthy competition, and let's have a great season. Pills, any final thoughts?
I just wanted to answer this question real quick. There's a couple questions.
Okay,
Jaden,
you got some comments.
Jaden just said, "How do we feel? How do we feel about his squad?"
Jaden, the Nemesis.
Yes. Let's see. What is the squad again?
This is the thing. Only quite. You've got talent. My question there is fit. You've got 2 combo guards there. At least I've seen them guys that I think are a little more combo guard than sort of lead point guard. I mean, I think Jaden2K could probably handle the point guard duties there, but I think you want to see that. I think you got 2 ball handlers. I like that squad though. I think I don't know Joey very well. Big Baby Zay at center. I think that squad's got potential. They got to gel.
You definitely got the backcourt duo with Jaden and Jay Tovin. That's gonna definitely lead the way. They're gonna be scoring a lot. We'll see how the rest of the team fits in with that team. Shea Bay did all right in his draft.
Yeah.
Everybody else did good.
So trades happen pretty quick too. You know what I mean? I think that's probably one of the big things to know about this stuff is that these rosters are set for all of 5 seconds. And then, GMs start working, some guys start playing and start tinkering. So, I don't know. What else we got in the chat here? You got any questions?
Let's see. Is there any questions that you guys have for me and Luce? Anybody? How do you feel about the Rage lineup? Rage
Perry's lineup. I mean, you could have said this before the draft started, but I mean, you're going to go as far as Glizz is going to take you. I mean, and Glizz can take you really far. I think I like that squad because, I like Coach Juice a lot. I think there's a big brain there. I think there's a guy who knows how to amplify the play of his teammates, and I think that's one of the things you need to do to have success in these draft leagues. And Glizz is just gonna roll out of bed and drop 40. LaShawn is a really nice compliment to Glizz. I think that's cool. I think it's good. I think I don't know too much of these depth. I know Dat Boy is pretty versatile, so we'll have to sort of see. But I think that squad's gonna be the sort of game plan squad. That's gonna be the IQ squad. That's gonna be like some teams may have some struggles against that squad because they're not expecting the game plan that's coming against them.
Yeah. Yes. Let's see. What else is there? How do you feel about Cincinnati's team?
Well, I think they should move. I'm not a big fan of Cincinnati. So I grew up in Cleveland, so everything from Cincinnati is just terrible. So actually, I would say if I had to pick, I'm going to do things. I'm going to pick 3 squads that on paper to me feel like the top tier. And I say that somewhat loosely, but I think there's 3 squads that I'm looking at. On paper, I'm going, that squad looks just a little stronger. I think Antoine's squad is definitely one of those 3 squads. I think Antoine, Baby Virgil, Refined, you know, that's a squad that's gonna do some damage for sure. I like Dayfry's squad. I'm gonna actually say that that's the second squad that I would put up here. A lot of it is his presence alone, but Flexen is really strong. So you get yourself an NBA 2K League champion, and then you got Flex and Ty at point guard. And I'm a big Tellem Lou fan. I've had Tellem Lou in my select team last year as an AGM. You know, that squad's going to be able to do some things. It's going to play some double power forward. They're going to play tough defense. Dayfry's going to be communicating. He's going to be yelling at everybody, telling them where to go, what to do. And, you know, you're going to get some offense from Flex and Ty. I think that squad's definitely in that sort of top tier. And then I think the third squad that I would say just on paper, and again, this is just on paper, but I think on paper, the third squad that I really like, that I think is a little bit of a step above, is what Big Face did in Brooklyn. I think he navigated bag motion, about to cost him the first overall pick, to go where he went from the lottery to this here. Still got to make it gel. Still got to, you know, make this work on the court. But on paper, Relly, Fades, Bag, Save, Reap, Goat Me. I mean, that's pretty strong.
They had a good team. They drafted a good team. I'm shocked to see, you know, where some of these people, like some players dropped, you know, in this draft, you know. My 3.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Pick 3 that you think just, you know, that are popping for you.
I will not lie. I like that stealth team. With Wink, Pringleman, Coach Nate, AJ, DJ Lay, and then the bench of BK, and them. I feel like they have a solid chance. They'll probably go far into the playoffs, probably. And have a good season. I'll say they're definitely one of my top 3. I like Dimes' team. You know, you got the arguably the best lock in there in range, and then you got Dimes with him, and it's their greatness, you know.
Yeah, that team's gonna be really, really good defensively. Like on paper, you're like, okay, this is gonna be a slog. And you know, I think they'll get some offense there. I agree with you. I think those are solid squads for sure. There's not a bad. I'm just sitting here looking here, and I was trying to be like, well, is there a bad one? Is there one we should talk? There's not a bad squad on here. There's not a squad here that, you know, immediately you should look at and be like, oh gosh, you know, we're in trouble. I think every one of these squads is so I think the difference between the worst squad and the best squad on paper here is pretty low. Give me your third. So you liked this Coach Nate's squad,
and then Dimes'
squad. Yeah, you like the defensive squads. You like the squads that are set up to stop. I'm just like, where are we gonna score?
The last one, oof. This one's tough. I'll probably have to go with the Huntsmen. What you said.
Yeah.
You know, Antoine and, you know, Refine or Baby Virgil, you know. Them 3 gonna be leading the way to help their team get victories and everything. You know. It's hard. It's really hard to say who's the favorite with these teams. Like I said earlier in the draft, that the GMs knew how to draft tonight.
Every GM knew what they were doing here. They all had a plan. And I think what's cool about it is that means the next week or two is going to be really cool, because if all the GMs know what they're doing and all the GMs know how to field a squad, that also means they know how to make trades. They know how to talk. So, you know, you don't have one of those squads where, you know, 2 or 3 of the teams are, you know, run by bad GMs and they end up, you know, getting raided. I think all of these are going to be good teams. It's going to be a great league. I'm really excited to do this.
I agree.
I think it's going to be great. I think we'll sign off there. We'll call it. Everybody get up with your squads, get in the Discord, hook up with your GMs, hook up with your team captains. Congratulations if you got drafted. This is your first draft league and you're doing this for the first time. You're going to have a lot of fun, be open-minded, and, you know, have a good time. And I can't wait to call some of these games. We get to the playoffs, the finals. We're going to have a lot of fun here at the Hidden Gems Militia Gaming League. So with that, we are going to sign off. Hope everyone has a great end of their Thanksgiving weekend. And we'll see you hoop in a little bit.
See you soon.
All right, guys. Be good.